I looked in the camera and this is what I look like. My shoulder is right on my face. And this whole collapsing thing started with the benzo injury. And like literally, that's my little shoulder. And that's how I'm just collapsing and muscle wasting. And so all night long, look at that. That's my actual end of the shoulder. So all night long, not just my shoulders, but my whole body is doing that. So all night long, I sleep like this. I'm literally trying to support my body parts. And it's just crazy. Like I'm drowning in my body. So this, if I sleep with my pillow on, see my shoulders way over here now. If I sleep with the pillow under my arm, I'm stopping collapsing. So that's I sleep, and when I roll over, same with my legs. I've got a pillow between my knees. When I roll over the other way, then I have to reposition every time I. But look how far away it moves my shoulder. The end of my shoulder is here. Look how far away. And it was right on my face, right? Anyways. Ugh, I'm having that creepy feeling. Every time I exhale, I feel like I'm never going to inhale again. I've got to get help. I messaged my doctor. See, what's happening here is I was misdiagnosed and I've been injured a few times and I need medical help. And see what's happening is when you're a patient in a position like this, I'm really too tired to talk. It's like I just got out of bed a couple hours ago and I'm back in bed again. You know what? I took my LDN maybe 2 hours ago, and honestly, it's like I swallowed a bottle of pills. But you know how much I'm taking? I just raised the dose yesterday or the day before. You know how much I'm taking? 0.2 milliliters. So if you can think of the tiniest syringe, and I'm taking like the zero point 0.2 of a mil, and it just whacks me out. It's like it's like I've taken a handful of sleeping pills, and it's not even a respiratory depressant. It's not even, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what drug classification is. It is, but it just knocks me. Well, it doesn't knock me out. It just wipes me out. It makes me so tired. And one side effect is really vivid dreams. So I've been watching movies all night long in my head when I'm asleep. Well, I don't sleep that long, but when I'm asleep, it causes really vivid dreams. Last night, so I had a boyfriend in my teens up until in my earlier mid 20s. We broke up. And last night, so I haven't seen this guy in 25, 35, 45, 55, like decades. And he was a good guy. He was a nice guy. But it was time for both of us to move on. And um, I dreamt that I met up with him and he took me to his house. And it's so bizarre. It was like it feels like I actually saw him last night. And anyways, we started seeing each other And then I find out he's married, and I was just shocked. So he was cheating on me with his wife. I didn't know he was married. And I was just horrified, just really angry and all. And it was so real, right? And crazy. His wife found out. And then I'm thinking, well, I was at your house and it didn't look like a woman lived there. And all this just crazy. And we were both young, he was young and good looking. Crazy. Crazy. If I woke up and I told you what my dreams were, I could tell you in more detail. But it's like being at the movies every night. But anyways, what was I saying? Okay, I strayed from what I was trying to tell you. I wanted to tell you that I can barely keep my eyes open right now because of the LDN, but and I'm really confused whether or not I should continue or not. But anyways, what was I going to tell you? Okay, so when you're in a position like I'm in, a medical position, and you've been medically injured and you need medical help, and whether the injury is part of the medical help you need or not, when you're going to these doctors, like you don't know. It's like a game, and you're the only one who doesn't know how to play the rules, and you're the one who's going to lose if you don't know what the rules of the game is, what the rules are. So you're scared and you're confused and you're looking for validation. You're also looking for an ally. You're also looking for someone to give you information. And you don't know who's on your side. So you're taking a risk talking to every doctor that you see. But you also need to, you're trying to figure it out. Like, you're so confused. And you're trying to feel out who's on your side. And so that's how this has all gone. Like, okay, so my sinuses are wrecked from the sinus surgery, and you don't know when you're seeing other sinus ENT surgeons. Are you allowed to talk about that at all? Who do you go to for help with your sinuses except other ENTs? Well, you don't know when you're there. You can't talk about what happened. If they ask who did it, do you tell them? If you don't tell them, they know. But also, I think they're testing you to see if you're gonna tell people who did it, and they can see in your records who did it, but you don't necessarily, like, they approach you like they don't know anything. They ask you questions like they don't know. So it's just a complete crap show of cognitive dissonance, right? You don't know who's on your side. They're asking you innocent questions, but you don't know at the time. They already know the answers to the questions before they're even asking. You don't understand that and also, I was in such a state of crisis and fear and trauma and sleep deprivation and a real fear, and I get loud and like just in a state of trauma, and you're looking for an ally, and it's just so doctors will refuse you care because someone they know has injured you, or they'll refuse you care because like it's so hard because there's no one to guide a patient. You don't know how any of this works. You don't know if anybody's going to be on your side. It's not just the sinuses. It's, like I was brain injured from an epidural years ago, and all of that was covered up. And repeatedly, injured with medications and overdosed and undiagnosed sleep apnea for years, and like just tortured, right? And you don't know how to find, like, you don't know that it's such a small network of doctors. You don't know that they're all gonna defend each other, and like, it's sort of like nobody is on your side. They're not, and they'll refuse you care, and you're not sure who will defend who. So let's say you're seeing a respirologist and you're talking about this other specialty that you were harmed by. Well, is that one specialist going to protect somebody from a different specialty? And because you're looking for an ally, you're also looking to be heard, and you're looking for information of what all, you really want to be validated, right? You want to be heard because you're traumatized, and then you're shocked that they're fiercely protecting someone from a total different specialty, and you don't realize, oh hell, they've known each other for years. This one person from this other specialty, you don't realize that. Like, it's not until after all these appointments that you start to put all the pieces together. And you being injured and you being misdiagnosed, it all works against you. It all works against you, like you've done something wrong. And maybe if I would have had an advocate or a family to help me through this, or someone who knew the ropes, someone who could have said, like, just don't mention any of this or any of that, like someone to guide me, maybe I could have gotten help. And I probably would have had help if I had backup. If I had family fighting for me, I would have had surgery already, probably. But you don't know how any of it works. And, you're sleeping an hour every night and you're half out of your mind. I was more than half out of my mind. And then you don't realize there's all these derogatory comments from all these appointments that you're seeing. Then I find out like okay, now, and through these years I feel, and then I find out, oh, that's how that ball was dropped. That's how they screwed that up last time, and that's why they're misdiagnosing me now. Like it was literally a fight for my life to get diagnosed with sleep apnea. Because and all throughout this process, I've had these eurekas, and I've requested a report from X amount years ago. Oh, that's who dropped the ball in this specialty, and it's all just this big mess. And it's like, so now I'm in this pool of doctors, and all the water has been poisoned, right? But they'll treat you like you have done all these terrible things wrong. Like all the stuff that's happened to you is, you're being treated like you've done all of this. You've created this mess. And really, doctors will truly treat you like you've done so many wrong things. And as you get more desperate and you're sick and you're just being tortured, your behavior is going to escalate. And you will, after years of this, you're going to look like the problem.